Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker's teaser trailer debuted just over 3 months ago over at Star Wars Celebration, and ever since then a lot of fans have been very excited and eager to see the next trailer 2 of The Rise of Skywalker by director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. So one great thing about Episode 9 is that we do know that this film is going to have a lot of connections to the prequels and of course the original trilogy, as well as adding in a lot of revelations that will lead to saga-wide implications in this story by JJ. Now these past couple of weeks or so we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to various shot descriptions of the upcoming trailer 2 of this movie, this is where things begin to get very exciting for Episode 9. Now specifically what's really intriguing about all of this is that shot descriptions consisting of Rey using the Force on a large battlefield, where it's described that there are dozens of Sith troopers and Resistance fighters in the background in a war, where Rey is said to be lifting tons of debris and lifting it in the air that appears to be rubble from a building that collapsed, demonstrating Rey's power. The next describes a sequence in which it involves a rear view of Luke Skywalker wielding his ignited green lightsaber, where it's said that there is a ship leaving the atmosphere of this unknown world as Luke looks up to the sky. The sequence is said to explain that Luke is in the form of a silhouette during the shot. The next describes Kylo Ren and his Knights of Ren fighting a group that belongs to a clan in the middle of a rainstorm, where it's described that Kylo Ren is striking many of the clan members with his lightsaber in a fast-paced fashion, similar to Anakin when he killed the Separatists in Episode 3. The last describes a sequence in which both Kylo Ren and Rey are standing next to each other, where it's said that they are both wielding their ignited lightsabers in a defensive stance, where it's described that the dialogue of an unnamed actor plays over the sequence that is said to be the new villain, also known as the Dark Acolyte. So let's go over a couple of parts about this and why this is very interesting for sure. Now, first things first, I want to go over the fight between the Knights of Ren and this mysterious clan, and how it's said to take place in the middle of a rainstorm. Now, without a doubt, this is most definitely a continuation, or an expanded sequence, if you will, of what we briefly saw in, of course, The Force Awakens. You guys may recall, there was a very brief scene in Rey's Force-back vision where we got to see Kylo Ren killing the clan leader. Now in the script of Episode 7, that's exactly what he's referred to as. He is referred to as the clan leader. Very interesting. Now in this scenario, it seems like that they are going to be revisiting that whole entire scene and expanding it by J.J. Abrams. Now the biggest question of all is, of course, that moment that we saw in Episode 7, was that a moment from the past, or was that an actual moment that is all set and ready to be based within the present during the events of Episode 9? Given that Kylo Ren has his helmet back, they could really make it work. So, moving on forward from that, the other thing that really does intrigue me a lot involves, of course, Luke Skywalker wielding his ignited green lightsaber and looking up to the sky, watching a ship leave the atmosphere. Now, we're not quite sure exactly which world this really is. If I have really had to take a big guess here, this most likely is, once again, a continuation of the flashback scene that we saw where Luke Skywalker's Jedi Temple is burned down to the ground. And this is, of course, Luke watching Kylo Ren escape on a shuttle, with of course the surviving Jedi that Kylo Ren abducts. So this matches up with another leak that we went over not too long ago, where Luke Skywalker is said to witness Kylo Ren boarding an unknown ship and leaving the atmosphere of course, Luke Skywalker's planet. Now, the other piece that I do want to go over that's very interesting involves the shot that's said to actually involve both Kylo Ren and Rey standing next to each other, wielding both of their lightsabers side by side in a defensive stance. And as this all happens, it's said that dialogue of an unnamed actor goes over the scene that is said to be the Dark Acolyte. Now, this most certainly is going to be the character portrayed by Matt Smith, and most certainly, you know, in the upcoming trailer 2, the dialogue that is said to play over the shot has got to be Matt Smith, I mean, without a doubt. If you guys have not heard the news, a couple of weeks ago, Disney, Lucasfilm, everybody involved with this movie, they took Matt Smith's name off of all the StarWars.com international websites in order to essentially cover up the idea that Matt Smith was attached to this movie because, well, he really is going to be a big part in the second and the third act from what we have been hearing. And he's going to play the Dark Acolyte, the body, the host, if you will, of the spirit of Sidious. So keep an eye open for that, because that's going to be very intriguing for sure. So like I've always said, you know, we do know that this upcoming trailer 2 is all set and ready for release at D23 on August 24th. Now, though that is a little bit of a ways to go, it's a little over 1 month from now, and it is going to be quite a wait, and a lot of fans are very excited to see, you know, what Disney, Lucasfilm, J.J. Abrams and crew have in store for the fans, and exactly how this film is going to differ from The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi combined. Now, like I've always said, this movie is a culmination of the Skywalker saga. They're treating this movie as a sequel to the past 8 Star Wars movies, so it really does have a lot coming for it and holds a lot of potential. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night